welcome to my channel. My name is Jennifer Ohawe, and if this is your first time here, you're welcome big time. If you're a returning subscriber, you're welcome back. If you've not subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. So, if you're a Nigerian living in Nigeria, you've probably come across people selling herbal concussions. So they tell you things like if you're having staphylococcus, if you're having diabetes, if you're hypertensive, if you have syphilis, gonorrhea, they have a mixture for you. So that mixture is going to help solve all these problems. I'm not scared of these people. Like, I'm not concerned about them, right? I'm not concerned about people who actually patronize them. Are you not concerned about yourself? Don't you remotely care about your health? How do you patronize these people? First of all, these people are not educated. But beyond education, most of these herbal concussions, nobody knows what is inside them. I remember reading this newspaper article that was saying something about them apprehending some of these people that sell herbal concussions, and they mix so many things. They even mix antibiotics into those herbal concussions. So let's say you're allergic to one of the numerous ingredients in this herbal concoction. No one is going to know the exact thing you're reacting to. In fact, I've seen people die from taking herbal concussions. Like when I was much younger, there was this lady that makes our hair. I think she wanted to take something to help her lose weight, and her friend told her about this mixture that she takes or that she had taken that worked for her. So she recommended the same mixture for her. Guys, she took that mixture and she never woke up again. The rest was history. Nobody knew what happened to her. They just met her dead in her house. And when they broke into her house, the mixture was obviously the last thing she took before she died. Now, nobody knows what happened. Nobody knows what was inside the mixture. But yes, that was. Let's not even talk about people who say, "Oh, your leg is swelling. Oh, my leg has swollen before. Let me give you what I took." Or you're complaining of stomach ache. I've had stomach ache before. Let me give you what I took. But the truth is that two people may have the same symptoms, but they are from different ailments totally, right? So when people recommend things for you, and some of these things they recommend are not even medically proven, it's very risky to actually go on and take those things. But as I said, that is a story for another day. I've also seen people in the hospital who die from taking herbal concussions. Like this woman literally had burns on her body, something known as Steven Johnson syndrome. It's like an allergic reaction, but it's an exaggerated one. So it causes your skin to peel. Like when you see those people, they look like they actually have burns on their body. And at the end of the day, that woman died. And she didn't die from the disease she was having, like the illness that made her take the herbal concussion. She died as a result of complications from the herbal concussion that she took. And there are so many stories like that. Another scary thing about this herbal concussion is that, other than the fact that many people don't know what is inside them, no one herbal concussion can cure all your diseases, right? So it's funny when I see people market products and they say this drug can cure diabetes, it can cure staphylococcus, it can cure gonorrhea, it can cure HIV/AIDS, and I'm like, are you serious right now? But funny thing, people patronize them because if they are not being patronized, they won't still be in the market. You get? And at the end of the day, by the time these people have taken all these herbal concussions, they end up coming to the hospital with their conditions being worsened, because when you're sick and you're taking something and that thing you're taking is not solving your problem and you keep taking it, it's only a matter of time. You realize this thing is not working. I have to seek professional help. And by then, whatever it is that is wrong with you would have progressed. I've thought about it and I've tried to like rationalize why people would buy this herbal concussion. And I figured out it's convenient because they sell it even to your doorsteps. You're at work, you're in the market, they are hawking it along the road, it's everywhere. So all you need to do is just probably take a walk or just stretch your hand and it's available to you, right? Secondly, is it's very cheap. Yeah, it's cheap, it's very affordable. So you don't have to spend so much rather than probably going to the hospitals, paying for consultation, buying drugs, running tests. You could just get those things and drink. And it gives you a sense of, oh, I'm actually doing something for myself. Like you know, I'm seeking help. I'm trying to like solve my problem. So it just gives you that positive reinforcement, which at the end of the day doesn't really solve any problem. So I understand why. And because the information is also not out there, like most people don't understand these things. Most people think, okay, if they're selling it, then it has to be working, right? So they go on and buy it. And by the time they take it and they keep taking it and it doesn't work, then they have to come to the hospital. So I have a lot of reservations about these things. I wouldn't recommend it to people, partly because, well, I'm a professional. I believe in science, and science is evidence based. There is no drug that is being pushed into the market that has not gone through clinical trials where they test it on animals and then they test it on selected groups of people. Like they just keep going through tests. And when you buy those drugs, they tell you, look at the possible side effects, look at the adverse effects that you can expect from the drug. If you have reactions, this is what you're going to do. If you're reacting to a certain drug and you come to the hospital, the doctor can give you an antidote, right? So it makes sense. But when you take about concussions, some of them don't have antidotes. Because nobody even knows what is inside them. I'm making this video because I was going somewhere, and while I was in the vehicle, this man walks up to me and other people, and he's marketing this herbal concussion. And this herbal concussion cures toothache. And I'm like, oh, really? It cures toothache. It cures earache. It cures it cures body ache. And I'm like, Oga, have you used this thing before? He said, yes, that he has used that is his product, that he has used it. I'm like, and it's working. He said, yes. He even had pictures he got online and laminated. I'm going to probably put the video out there. Pictures of curiosity. And he said, that it works. So I'm like, how do you use it? He said, just put it on the tip that is hurting. I'm like, "Oh, really? Okay." And then I'm like, okay, you also use it for your ear because I don't understand why the same medication that can cure toothache can cure earache and body ache all at the same time. I was this close to buying this, so I could show you guys, but on a second thought, I'm like, if I buy this thing now, I'll be encouraging people around me to also buy it because they'll be feeling like if I'm buying this, then it's probably potent, so they would want to give it a try. So I looked at it and then I changed my mind about buying it. I've seen people who come to the hospital with pain, and I'm like, what have you been doing? They took herbal concussions. I'm like, did it work? And they said no. So why do you keep taking them? I know it's cheap, I know it's affordable, but beyond the cost, you're risking your life. People go to school to study medicine, people go to school to study dentistry or study any medical course, and they study for so long and they go through rigorous exams because they want to test their proficiency because you're going to be dealing with a human being, right? So why would people go through that long, tedious training period because they want you to get the best of what they can offer, and then you just go and throw it away in the hands of a roadside peddler, somebody who is totally inexperienced, who is very clueless about what is wrong with you, and who just wants to survive. Please don't do that. If your car is bad, you're not going to leave it by the roadside with any random person who claims to know what is wrong with your car. You're going to go to a mechanic. And even when you get to a mechanic and you feel like this mechanic doesn't know what he's doing, you're going to move your car. So why would you subject your life to somebody you don't know, somebody you don't even trust his or her expertise to take care of it? So if you're watching this video right now and you have an aged parent who is very keen on, buying these roadside herbal concussions, please discourage them. If you're the one who buys it for your family, please, I think it's high time you stopped and, you know, consider the health and the life of the people that you're taking care of. It's unhealthy, right? Not to mention that some of those things are not even hygienic. The mixtures where they get them. I understand that we're trying to go traditional, but there are ways, even the drugs that we take, right? The drugs that we take are gotten from some of these herbs and then they are processed and the active ingredient is taken out and the harmful ones are discarded. So it makes it healthier and better for you to take. If you want to eat healthy, if you want to like eat your herbs and all of that, it's okay. But going to buy herbal concoctions that have been mixed by whoever mix them without knowing what is inside them, it's really not advisable. I understand that to a large extent. The reason why people patronize these guys is because it's cheap and most people don't have money to afford healthcare. Seeking healthcare is expensive, especially when you don't have insurance. Other reason why people do these things is ignorance, like because people do not know. They feel like, oh, if this thing is in the market, then it has to be working, or it's just 200 naira, it's just 300. I don't lose anything by buying it, but you could lose something, right? You could lose your life from buying it. Yes, you could. Knowledge is expensive, but trust me, ignorance costs way more. This is the end of this video. I made this video from a very sincere part of my heart, and I believe you watching this understands what I'm saying and that you're going to take the step in the right direction and take your health more seriously, at least to the most of your capability. Thank you guys. So if you watched this video up until now and you found it really worthwhile and educating, informative, you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and remember to share with your friends. I love you guys. See you in my next video. Bye.